welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Dr. Jessica, the naturopathic doctor here at the Coach House, and today we are back with Kim Holmes, my fit coach Kim, and she joined us the first week to talk a little bit about warm-ups.
What did we talk about?
I know, I had to remember. A little bit about warm-ups, and then we were back again 2 weeks ago talking about the core and not how it's not just your abdominals, it's your whole core. And now we're back to talk about like a cool down and a stretching and how to keep those muscles that tend to get tightened up and neglected a little bit looser.
For sure, yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what you can do after your workouts to increase mobility. Mobility is everything. If your muscles are tight, you're more likely to get injured. If you're working out and your muscles are tight and you're not doing that proper warm-up that we talked about and not getting that mobility, you're not going to be able to target the muscle groups that you want to target. Anyhow, getting full range of motion allows you to really activate the muscle groups that you want to activate. So post-workout, one of the best things, I've got a couple of things here. This is my foam roller from home, and these are yoga tune-up balls. So these are two of the tools that I use myself and with my clients to make sure that we're getting maximum mobility. So we thought today we'd talk specifically about lower body stuff and some of the really common ones that come up. So
And that get kind of neglected and are a little harder, like traditionally to stretch.
So let's talk maybe a little bit about the purpose of this is called myofascial release or self-myofascial release. So really, if we want to get it in its most barest terms, it's really just like your rolling pin on those muscles to loosen them up, maybe break up some scar tissue that's in there. It's sort of something that you want to do. Massage therapy is kind of your best bet, but when you can't get there and maybe in between those appointments, these kind of tools can really help to keep you mobile.
Yeah,
moving.
This is the great homework that you should be doing because as great as it would be to see an RMT every single week or day, it's not really feasible. So in between those treatments, we want to make sure that you are stretching. And if you come to the Coach House, you probably had our RMTs tell you homework.
Yeah, so so first one that's really common is just having a really tight piriformis. So piriformis are just muscles in your butt, essentially. So I'm going to show you how to do this. These foam rollers, I mean, you can purchase them pretty much any big box store, any fitness store locally. This one I think is about $30. I don't know if the price has changed, but here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to have you sit on top of the foam roller. I guess I'm going to be sitting on top. Jessica's wearing jeans, so I get to do this. So what you're going to do is just really simply, you're going to cross one foot over to the opposite side. So right now, let's just say it's this side that's aggravating me. I'm going to roll right into it, just like that. And I'm just going to move my body forward and back. The term that I like to use is search and destroy. So maybe that's not working for me there. I might roll a little bit more this way, and I will tell you I've just found a muscle that's really quite tight. And you're just literally going to roll, do a few repetitions. You can also even pause. So for example, if I found a spot right there, relax, take a breath, let everything kind of relax and recover, and maybe just hang out there for as long as you can. Those muscles will start to melt a little bit and release.
Yeah, and the piriformis is hard to reach because it's really deep. It's under all those glute muscles, and it attaches from your kind of lower spine over to your hips. So this is where you're getting that low back and your hip stabilization. So if you're having those low back pains, or you're finding like your hips, or even because of the way it attaches and pulls on your hip, you can even get that pain all the way down into your knees. And it is a muscle that really it's hard to find and it's hard to treat, and it gets neglected.
For sure. Yeah, and then the other one that's really, really common is having a really tight IT band. So usually what will happen is I'll have clients say to me, I'm getting this maybe pain right on the outside of my knee, or when I'm running I get like a little clicking back and forth right around here. And often what that is the IT band, which attaches up here and down by your knee, is too tight. So everything's kind of being pulled, and you need to have that sucker released. So,
and runners and cyclists, they're very prone to
listen, when I did my first half marathon a bazillion years ago, that was the first thing that came up for me was a tight IT band, and I had a lot of pain in my knees. Go to physio, it's your IT band, right? So I will warn you, this one's a little grisly. It's a little tricky. It can hurt a little bit, but just work your way through it. Get a friend to sit beside you while you do it. Just kidding, it's not that bad. You're going to roll on your side. So let's just say it's this side. I'm not advertising this well, am I? So what you're going to do is go here. I typically like to take this top leg here so I can use this leg to guide me. And then I'm going to roll this from the top of my hip down to just sort of above my knee. I should maybe readjust. And I'm gonna push with that leg a little bit. Actually, my IT band's not too tight on this side, so it's not terrible today. A really common thing that I will find people do to make it hurt less is they'll roll forward a little bit. And that's not entirely bad, but it's, if we roll forward, we're kind of hitting more into the quadriceps as opposed to IT band. So you're gonna do a few rolls there a day. I have had some clients, I don't even know if I can demo this today. I might be able to do a few. Ooh, mama, it's a little painful. I do have some folks who, they did this so regularly that it wasn't as much of a problem and they could stack both feet and put a little more weight into it. It didn't hurt. It hurts a little bit, but honestly guys, like, it's the relief right now after you get off it's awesome.
And you can feel it on yourself. Like if you're lying down, either face forward or on your side, you can actually feel like it's almost like a band that kind of sticks out. So if that's tight, it's going to put that strain on your hips, the strain on your low back, the strain on your knees. Yep. Really, it's all attached.
Big time, big time. And then what else we're going to cover? We wanted to talk glutes. We wanted to talk IT bands.
Those are calves a little bit. Hips.
There's so
There's
we could go calves. We could cover everything. Let's maybe talk about hip flexors. So I know in the warm up. One that we covered a couple of weeks ago, I talked about how people come in and they're often really tight sort of through the front half. They've been sitting, so hips are literally flexed like this all day. So we want to release that a little bit. All you're going to do is just lay down. This one is one of my favorites because it's not too painful. We're going to go here. You're going to lay on your tummy, elbows here, and we're just going to roll this across. It's up to you how high you want to go. We don't necessarily want to be rolling the actual joint. We kind of want to just go on the muscle. So let's say I want to get into one side. I might just lean on this one a little bit. And technically I'm rolling my quadriceps a little bit as well, but I'm using all those, rolling all those muscles of the hip flexors here. And that's essentially it. The other one that I like for hips, and really any of these lower body ones, so these are yoga tune-up balls. You could use a lacrosse ball as well, anything that's just hot. Yeah, it's kind of, they bounce, are kind of like Indian rubber. So what I like to do, I don't know how well this is going to go on the ground, but whatever. I care about you guys, so I'm going to lay on the ground in Uptown Waterloo. You put one kind of underneath each sort of area of your hip flexor. It might take me a few minutes. One here, one here. And you hang out. And I usually do this at the end of my work day, when we're sitting down watching TV, and I'll just kind of hang out there for a couple minutes as much as possible just to kind of release some tension. We can use these on the glutes or piriformis. So again, these kind of they're a little bit more fine-tuned than the foam roller.
They can get in there a little bit.
Yeah, so let's say we've got that pain in the butt over here, that piriformis thing we were talking about, just sit on it. Right? And I found a spot, and I'm just going to hang out. Couple minutes as long as I can handle it.
And it just stretches out that muscle, right? Like you're putting that stretch on there.
You can roll it. You can kind of do some stuff here to find the spot that's really, really tight. These tools have changed my life, honestly.
And that's it, right? Like like these muscles are really hard. Like even if you have a great after workout stretch routine, they're very hard to reach because of where they're located or where they attach. So foam rolling, yoga balls. Kind of indispensable.
Yeah, for sure. They're for sure. And I mean, we're talking like $20 for these, $30 for these. They're hugely beneficial tools. The more mobile we can get you, the less you're going to be injured. Yeah. And again, the more when you're working out, the more you're going to hit the muscle groups that you want to hit.
And you're going to get that range of motion, so you're going to get that muscle building and that stretch and everything else.
Plus, it feels fantastic.
Yeah.
After you're done.
So we want to say a big thank you to Kim for joining us. We will likely have her back in the future, maybe with a Q&A. We'll see, but we'll announce it well ahead of time so that we can get everybody set up.
Awesome.
So thanks for watching. We will see you back in 2 weeks.
Thanks, guys.